And you talk about latest technologies, latest computers, if not laptops. So only 100,000 ADSL subscribers is a shame. So there's a lot of potential there, a lot of money there.
As well, yes.
Yeah, and imagine a small market like ours. One company like Paltel can make $200 million of revenues out of this market just through cellular communication and internet. So that's a lot of money. That's a big pie that haven't been touched yet. So if I'm an investor who has knowledge in the wireless communications, voice over IP communications, any kind of communications, this is the time to come to this country.
Thank you very much. You are better than the minister. So
He's a very good friend of mine.
I don't even know who he is. Do you guys have any questions or suggestions?
It seems like it's going in the right direction, but with the technology, with the voice over IP, I heard you talk about that, and the situation here, how long do you think it takes before that is implemented here? And is it difficult to implement in knowing the situation in the country, the capability of the FIOS, the fiber optic? Is that in the near future, do you know?
I would say that first, the market has been liberated or liberalized. So new companies have started investing and even providing services. They went commercial. So now you can go to market and find a calling card that goes over IP. You have the Vunge-like services, 2 or 3 examples. They're still small scale, because they lack the investments. They can't go head-to-head with Paltel, the incumbent, so they use flag attacks. So they start small and take baby steps. But you have commercial services now competing with the traditional local services provided by the incumbent. And now, with regard to the fiber optics network, the only provider right now for fiber optics is the incumbent, and it's really expensive. But the copper network, it covers the whole country. So every house in the country, I would say, if I remember the number right, was 96% geographical coverage with the copper network. So every house has the capability of having a 2 meg ADSL connection. With 2 meg ADSL connection, voice over IP is just a piece of cake. Mm-hmm. So that's the situation right now. Sorry.
One thing I wanted to say, and it's a valid point about outsourcing, but that's good. But the thing is, even in the United States, you know how big it is and how many professionals there is, and they are the top-notch people over there. We are always outsourcing people from outside. So what I suggest, if I'm a Palestinian that lives here, not to ask for outsourcing for experience to come here. What you need to do is you need to outsource
services.
Even the services. You need to get somebody trained and send him over here, get him trained, and let him come back with the knowledge to Palestine. And let him also train more people, and from there you get the experience. But if you are outsourcing services, and I know that you all getting some help from Cisco and Intel, and they come in here, they give you the idea, and they tell you, this is what we need to do. How about we have this switch, this router, this, and in 3 months or 6 months they'll go. They are not, they are not there forever.
They still They're selling products.
They're selling their products.
It's like an infomercial.
Exactly. So I think the Palestinians in here, they need to strengthen their personnel. What I mean, you need to spend money, or not the money, the knowledge on that person. If you grab him out of college, whatever degree he is in, and then maybe he needs to go somewhere also, or you get somebody who is knowledgeable to train that material. Bring him in, one person, and let him train 10 Palestinians, 20 Palestinians. And those 20, they become the expertise, and from there they spread the knowledge.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, that's I think that's what the thing that's. I was going to do a presentation about the disaster, but since it's kind of limited, I don't want to spend my energy and time about that. But since you are the one who is in this field here, I wanted to ask you, and I've been asking about that. What's the plan for you guys? What do you all have in here? Okay, do you all have a plan for disaster and backup recovery?
That's
I know you
good.
get it. So,
I used to be, the CTO for several companies, small and big, local and national. So in Palestine, this mentality still is emerging. So I really forced my management to start the first data center, with all the disaster recovery procedures and systems and the backup and the failure and all that stuff. It's not that easy to invest hundreds of thousands or even thousands of dollars in a project with no commercial prospects for it. So, here in Palestine, resources are limited, so private sector companies, they really count their dollars, and they want to see the contract before they invest in the service.
No.
So that's the problem.